they want. Are you all set?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay. So they wanted. So I was given the assignment to Brave New World to essentially take Sonic in a new direction, and it was at that point that they also decided they wanted to do Knuckles as a series. And I decided at that point I would rather take something like Knuckles and build it from the ground up rather than work round robin on the Sonic book with other writers like as had been done, you know, up to that point. You know, every now and then it was just they didn't want to rely on a single writer on the Sonic book, whereas Knuckles, I would have complete freedom. So I said, give me that ball.
Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about artists and a few different ones. One of the things I've also mentioned on your site is you were saying that one of the criticisms of Jens Ron I find highly disturbing is laying the blame for the book's current weak sales solely at his feet. Artist Tracy Yardley is due for his fair share of commentary as he is cover artist and as its cover artist Sanford Green. Based on the criticisms relayed to me by various retailers and readers, this is a comic book art. It plays an important part in attracting a readership. I don't believe neither measures up to the standards of many of the artists who previously worked on the book. Neither would be my choice of artist if I were working on the book today. Now, I'm all for you on the Sanford Green. I do not care for his covers and that. Personally, myself, I've loved Tracy Yardley's work since he's been on it, and I'm just want to know what is it about Tracy Yardley's art you don't really care for yourself?
Well, first of all, you have to understand, okay, I come at this from a very different perspective, say, than Sonic fans, okay? I have seen Sonic fans tear apart every artist who has worked on the book. I mean, I've even seen Spaz come in for criticism.
Yeah, Spaz is absolutely my favorite.
Okay? No, but he has come in for, you know, there have been fans who said, you know, he's terrible. You know, like they were, you know, making it sound like Jay Axler was better than he was. Okay? And knowing how the book is produced, okay, I definitely differ with those sentiments as well. So, from my perspective, I had two favorite artists that I worked with for a long time. One was Spaz, and one was Art Mawhinney. Okay, Art Mawhinney.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, and this is not to denigrate any of the other artists I worked with, like Jim Valentino, Jim Fry, or Stephen Butler, because I thought all three were top-notch artists.
Yeah, Steve's still on the book too.
You know, Steve was a lot of fun to work with. Steve and I were supposed to do Knuckles together had it gone beyond issue 32. Okay, so I really regret we never got that chance. But the thing is, given the demands of production, okay, when I wrote certain stories, I usually had them with either Spaz in mind or Art in mind. And then once it went beyond that, I would gravitate to either Steven or James Fry. Okay? And because these guys would deliver what I wanted for specific stories. For example, when I did Sonic the Director's Cut, we had that round robin of artists there. Okay? When it came time to insert the page of Sonic kissing Sally, the only artist I wanted for that shot there was Art, simply because I knew he was going to give me the emotion that shot needed. Okay, and this is not to take away from any of the other artists. It's just that each artist has their own strengths and weaknesses, and I would tend to play to to the artist's strengths. Okay. Tracy, this is not to say I think he's a bad artist, okay, just but having worked with the other artists, okay, I have a preference, simple as that, okay. The other thing too is, back when I was working on the book, you know, the early issues, Sega had more of a say. You know, you had to actually submit samples to Sega for their approval before you could even become an artist on the book. And then, I'd say about the time James Fry's run came on, nobody was submitting samples, you know, to work on the book. Okay.
Myself, I just like his, or I think it's the closest to Sega Sonic next to Spaz, and it looks like they're trying to keep it that way. Like Bunny Rabbit looks almost like Reading the Rabbit in a sort of way. Speaking of artists, well, I guess you already said which one your favorite was, is Armawini and Spaz. And least favorite, you're not going to just mention them.
You know, everybody has a bad day. I am not saying, you know, no, that wouldn't be fair. No, you know, actually, it would surprise you, to be perfectly honest, but no.
Beyond the fan community, like people visit your site and other Sonic sites, how do you feel about people who are inspired by your work and do like fan fiction or fan comics?
I am still not used to. It's so many years. I have people coming up to me all the time. I was inspired by you. I got into Nickelodeon because you inspired me as a kid, or that sort of thing. And I'm still having a little bit of a problem dealing with that because, to me, I was just doing the stories. I never thought about, you know, who was reading them or how it was affecting them or anything like that. I just hoped that they were having a good time, you know, getting their money's worth, you know, reading the stories.
One more thing, what happened to your little mustache there? It's disappeared now.
That was more a personal thing for my mother, more or less. She absolutely hated it, and he said fine, you know, whatever. And this was shortly before she passed away, so.
The same thing with my Aunt Pat. Before she passed away, she couldn't stand my little goatee. So when we went to the funeral, I just shaved it off of her.
And the thing was, you know, once I got into producing and directing The Republic, I just kept it off, and now that seems to be my new image, you know.
Speaking of, how soon do you think we'll be seeing The Lost Ones?
Right now, we're putting together footage showing both story and special effects, how it all pulls together, because we're going to need a considerable budget to really pull it off correctly. You know, I'm not talking, you know, $100 million by any stretch of the imagination, but we're going to need some bucks, you know, especially like when you consider the budget that we filmed The Republic for, okay, and we have nowhere near the amount of special effects that we're going to need for the Lost Ones, nowhere near the stunts, number of the costumes, everything. You know? So it's going to need a considerable budget, and so we're hoping that with The Republic out there, we see the reel that we're putting together for the Lost Ones, that we should be able to get the funding to make the finished feature